One and only test to see that everything is working. If everything is working, let's then move ahead. Before anything great has ever been accomplished or anything great has ever been invented, there have been a combination of two things that have worked well together in tandem. That is the feeling of being sick and the feeling of being tired. Those two things have created everything great that we have now. Don't believe me? Someone got tired of sitting on a rock or on the ground, and before you know it, we had the chair. Someone got sick of having to brave the elements, so we have shelter. Shelter that can be in the most rudimentary of forms, or shelter that can be very complicated in its construction. Places that have not been inhabited have now been inhabited because people have grown sick and tired of their current locations. So never underestimate the power of becoming sick and tired. You look in the mirror, you don't like what you see, you then commit to a series of disciplines and repetitions that will enable you to change your diet and your discipline of maintaining a well-suited energy that can make you look different. All the great inventions have come from people being sick and tired. That combination works wonders and it catalyzes change. Let's continue. Trust the science, they say. Trust the science until the science proves something that they were not expecting. So, you might be looking out the window saying that my meteorologist said that it was supposed to rain today and there is no water outside, and now that umbrella that you bought you might have to return. How often do you trust the science, and how often do you just see what is happening after waiting a series of seconds, of minutes, of hours, of months, of years? Trust the science. A note on a bathroom stall reads, "If it requires fakeness, I am not coming. If it requires me to be fake, I am not coming." Does this resonate with you? Have you applied this in any aspect of your life? By the way, it is getting close to Friday. It's the middle of the week. Please don't forget to fill in that timesheet. Yes, we know we saw you here, but it's not official until your name is in the arrival time and on the time that you exited the building. Fill in that timesheet. What do you mean you're not working for free? Curiosity. A sign on a video store window, ladies and gentlemen, a video store was a store that was in effect for a very long time before streaming services, before smart TVs, before people got sick and tired of going outside their house and waiting to see if there was a box with a video in it, and the person who had it before them was kind enough to rewind. A sign on the video store reads, inside an empty box, "Cruelty without beauty." How poetic. Time machine. The only conversations that attract people that wish to engage in meaningful conversations are conversations that are based around the truth. So if there is any disingenuous behavior within someone that requires the truth, then that's a conversation that many times are going to be eluded. How often in between small talk, how often in between truth talk do you find yourself, why are you not engaged in that conversation? It's not because you are not interested. Let's just take this as perhaps a suggestion that can work for you. It could be that you are thirsty and starved for meaningful conversation that goes well beyond the realms of basic comfort where you are just trying to keep up appearances, but conversation where you are being challenged. Have you heard, oh, perhaps my husband does not like to talk. He's so quiet. Could it be that perhaps it's not an engaging conversation? How many times have you heard the word I, me, before you tune out? It's just a social experiment in the process of information, a social experiment in how conversations in the digital world and the virtual world has shaped itself. How many times do you find yourself tuning out? Not out of rudeness, but out of a hunger, out of a thirst for meaningful information. So let's move on. Curiosity. Keeping on the theme of virtual communication, of cell phones, do you prefer to talk in person, or do you prefer that you receive a text and communicate that way? Do you find it easier to ease your anxieties by talking to someone in real time, or do you find yourself open to just communicating through, I don't know, a spreadsheet, perhaps a text, perhaps, maybe even a video wall? Does that ease your tension? You can answer me in person, you can answer me online, or wherever you feel most comfortable. Our sign reads in the back of a movie theater seat right in front of you, and the sign reads this: are cell phones using us? Are cell phones using us? Right before the movie starts, it gives you a chance to ponder. Instead of us using the cell phones, all the while, the cell phones, the technology was using us. And with that, have a great evening. I will see you soon.